Hi there, welcome to Nightingale Reviews. I'm Bailey, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul.
Because everyone knows I need more books.
Oh, and before I start, I just want to say thank you to my parents who bought me these books. I'm sorry in advance if I pronounce these names wrong.
Because I'm not good with anything when it comes to talking.
The first book that I have to show you is Connie Punk, which is an anthology, so there's many authors. Some include, but are not limited to, Rob Thurman, I know her books, Delilah S. Dawson, Kevin Kieran,
I don't know how to say that name.
Mark Henry, Jay Wells, Rachel Kane, Alison Pang,
Pong.
and other authors. I'm going to read you a little bit of the back. I don't really know how to explain the awesomeness of Connie Punk. It says, come one, come all, the Connie Punk Midway promises you every thrill and chill a travelling carnival can provide. But fear not, even fantasy's biggest stars are here to guide you through this strange and dangerous world. Rachel Kane's vampires aren't child's play, as a naive teen discovers when her heart leads her far astray in The Cold Girl. With parlor tricks, it pits Jean Blanco, the elemental assassin, against the Wheel of Death and some dangerously creepy clowns. Some of the stories, it just, from their titles, it's very fascinating sounding. It's like Painted Love, The Three Lies of Lydia, Duet with Darkness, Recession of the Divine, and it just sounds really fascinating. I've really become interested in reading anthologies. Can't wait to read it. It sounds so cool. Anyway, putting it down now. The second book that I have to show you is Winger by Andrew Smith, and I've heard so much about this book and so many people love it that I just really wanted to give it a try. And all I know is that this focuses around a boarding school. I really love that idea. And I didn't notice because I only ever see the cover, but I didn't realize that, of course, there's the photo and then there's the drawn version of it, which I think is really cool. I really like that. So I'm very excited to get to this. The next book I'm super excited about. It's by Chris Colfer, and I love his acting. I loved him on Glee, and I actually saw the movie to this book, and it's called Struck by Lightning, and I loved the movie. It's funny, yet it's also terribly depressing.
So, those two are just awesome combinations, right? Right.
This book follows the main character, Carson, who basically lives in a town where nothing much happens and it feels like he's stuck there. And he wants to get away from his terrible high school and go to college where he can learn to be a hard-hitting journalist. However, he's told that he needs a better application and that in order to do so, the guidance counselor recommends him making a literary magazine. But in order to make this literary magazine, he actually needs admissions from students, and him being at the bottom of the school food chain, no one really listens to him. So Carson has to find a way to go to extreme lengths in order to actually get different pieces for the magazine and hopefully boost his application for college then. Chris Colfer is extremely talented, and I just can't wait to see what he does next.
Let's move on.
The next book that I have to show you is Jinx's Magic by Sage Blackwood, which is the second book in the Jinx trilogy. I already own the first one, which my sister got for me during the Christmas season, and she got it signed, which is really cool. This series follows this boy named Jinx. He lives in a forest where it is dangerous to go off the path. So you don't want to go anywhere. You can get eaten by werewolves, who knows, taken by an ogre.
Dangerous things happen here.
His parents want to get rid of him, and he ends up being taken in by this wizard who realizes that Jinx is different. Jinx can actually see people's thoughts swirling around their heads in images and colors, and everyone's different. Another peculiar thing about this child is that he can talk to the trees, which hasn't really happened much in the past history. It's very rare. So this series follows Jinx on his journey to understand his magic and what it means to be who he is. It's mystical, it's magical, and I think it's a great middle grade series. It's really solid and interesting, and I just love these covers.
Look at this. Nice. So nice.
The next book that I have to show you is The Realm of Possibilities by David Levithan. This book follows, I believe, 20 individuals in this one school, which is interesting because it's such a small novel that I wonder how I'm going to like it if it's so many different people that it's trying to connect with. But I heard really good things about it. If you look inside, it's written very differently. It has different types of stanzas in here, so we have like small thin lines and then bigger lines, I guess.
Great description, Bailey. Great description.
Okay, I'm gonna put this down now before I sound like a rambling idiot. The next book that I have to show you is Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick, who is indeed the author of Silver Linings Playbook. I don't know too much about this book, I just have this small gist of it, so I just really wanted to go into it as little as I know of it because it just sounds very fascinating. And let's just look under the dust jacket. Yep. Oh.
Nice and black, dramatic. Nice little red to accent this red. I like it.
So yes, I know a lot of these books are very hard to, while they may be hard to hear, I find that they're very important to know. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this, not in like a good, happy way.
But I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm gonna shut up.
Next book that I have to show you is The One Safe Place by Tanya Unsworth. And this book actually I read at the very, very beginning of January, or it was very late December, and I absolutely loved it, and so I definitely wanted to get it. I've never read anything like it. Devon lives in a scorched world where the sun is terribly hot, crops won't grow because there's not enough water, and when it does rain, it's very dangerous. However, he lives in a valley with his grandfather where he is able to sustain himself and actually farm the ground that no one else is able to. However, one day his grandfather dies and he knows that he can't sustain the farm by himself, so he goes off into the scorched earth, into the city, where he knows that he can hopefully find people to help. Then he meets this one girl and he ends up hearing the story of how there's actually a safe haven for children. Evan and his new friend are asked to go there. When he finally arrives, he realizes this is not the perfect dream that everyone thought it originally was. Yeah, sure, there's playgrounds and endless food supply, your own bed, your own room, clean clothing, and other children to play with. There is something very sinister going on underneath the surface. Children are going around in a zombie-like trance, and people do not know why, but Devon wants to get down to the bottom of it. I really extremely loved it. It had a twist to it on why the children were how they were. I never saw it coming. It is YA, and so I think that a lot of people would enjoy it.
And for some reason, for such a small book, it's quite heavy. You know, a book is good when it's heavy. It's steadily built. Very nice.
The next book that I have here is Lies Beneath by Anne Greenwood Brown. This is the first book in a trilogy that surrounds mermaids. I'm going to read the back because it's quite simpler to explain than me trying to ramble on and other people trying to follow what I'm saying. Okay. Calder White lives in the cold, clear waters of Lake Superior, the only brother in a family of murderous mermaids. To survive, he and his sisters must prey on humans and absorb their positive energy. Usually, they select their victims at random, but this time around, the underwater clan chooses its target for a reason: revenge. They want to kill Jason Hancock, the man they blame for their mother's death. It's going to take a concentrated effort to lure the aquaphobic Hancock onto the water. Calder's job is to gain Hancock's trust by getting close to his family. Relying on his irresistible good looks and charm, Calder sets out to seduce Hancock's daughter Lily. Easy enough, but Calder screws everything up by falling in love, just as Lily suspects that there's more to the monster in the lake legends than she ever imagined. And just as the mermaids threaten to take matters into their own hands, forcing Calder to choose between them and the girl he loves. One thing's for sure, whatever Calder decides, the outcome won't be pretty. I've actually read all of the 3 books in the series, and I really enjoyed the series. I did not like the second book though. This one is from Calder's point of view. The second one's from Lily's point of view, and the third one they change perspectives quite frequently in it. So I find that a really fun thing in a series, except I did not particularly enjoy Lily's perspective. I think these have very captivating and interesting covers. Just look at it. Calder's quite lovely. The last book that I'm going to show you is The Black Tattoo by
Sam Enthoven, or Enthoven.
I'm very sorry for mispronouncing that name. This book sounds very fascinating. It follows this boy named Jack, whose best friend Charlie one day wakes up with this huge tattoo, moving tattoo on his back, seen here. The very strange thing is, once he gets this tattoo, he has superpowers. However, as the story progresses, they soon find out his tattoo and his superpowers actually come from a demon. This YA novel sounds very fascinating, though it doesn't have the best reviews on GoodReads, and I got this book from the library, but it was absolutely disgusting. It looks like someone literally put the footprints all over the inside cover as like
using boot print on top of boot print. It was very disgusting, and I couldn't stand to read it, so I got my own copy
on Amazon. And what's really cool is this came from Texas. This cover turns into a full-size poster of the cover itself. So we have the dust jacket with the information and the author bio, and of course the front and back jacket. But as it begins to unfold.
Bam! Did you see that? It's a huge poster.
Like that's cool.
And it falls right back into your cover.
Thank you for watching my very rambly, very strange, very accented book haul. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye!
Is it on? Okay, you can go. Please. I want to stay. My lips are literally burning right now. My sister bought me this lip gloss that's supposed to apparently make your lips large. And I didn't know that until I put it on and she told me that. And I'm like, explains the burning sensation. It's not pleasant in the least bit.
Thank you, sister. I won't forget it. Who is abnormal? He lives in the Urwald, which is a place surrounded and just covered in trees.
So, yeah, that would be called a forest, Bailey.
This book that I have here is, forgive me, yep. There's barely any water, and when it does rain, it's in torrential downpours that cause very much dangerous situations. That wasn't cohesive sounding. Devin lives in this area of the world where he actually has an oasis. There is places to grow food. I'm just not describing this very well. And after his grandfather tragically dies, he didn't tragically die.
Same place, same time, same